Hey everyone, Robert Marujo, one of the senior editors over at Nintendojo.com, and we're here today because we want to show off to you the latest entry in the Shantae series, which is Shantae Half-Genie Hero. This is the Ultimate Day 1 edition. It just launched for Nintendo Switch. So, before we talk about the game itself, a lot of you are probably wondering, what is Shantae? You might have seen her on the eShop, you might have actually seen the games on the shelves, but haven't known what it is or why you should consider picking it up. So, Shantae is actually kind of old at this point. Her adventures started on Game Boy Color way back in the early 2000s. It's really scary to think that that's getting close to like 20 years ago. I digress. So, early 2000s, Game Boy Color, developer WayForward created Shantae and continues to make all of her games. So, WayForward, you might be familiar with. They're not an indie studio, I would say. I would categorize them as a smaller studio, but they've done a number of fairly high-profile games. They did DuckTales Remastered. They did the Mummy game that just came out on Switch, which is actually a really solid game despite the source material. WayForward's great. They're very good at what they do. And this latest Shantae is yet another example of that. I would argue that it's probably the best entry in the series to date. This particular version, Half-Genie Hero, or installment I should say, Half-Genie Hero was actually intended to be on home consoles, which is a first for the series. It's been multi-platform for a little while now, but this is the first time that WayForward has specifically focused on the home console experience. Ironically, it's also portable. You can play it on Switch on the go. This game actually came out on Vita as well. It's been around for a little while. So that kind of begs the question, well, this is already a slightly older game. Not a lot. It's like, getting over a year at this point, but it's been out. It's been around. Why should I play it now on Switch? Well, this particular version of the game comes with a ton of goodies in tow. So, if you buy it, it comes with the game, an exclusive 96-page art book, the Risky Beats soundtrack CD with 30 music tracks, plus all of the DLC. That's totally worth it. This package runs at $39.99, but you're getting all the DLC, all that extra content, a lot of it's physical, and a great game. You really can't beat it. And Switch does not want for good games. We've been pretty blessed so far with a really deep and fun catalog to go through. But don't ignore Shantae. Shantae's great. We'll have a review up either now as you're watching this video or very shortly afterwards. But what we want to do right now is break down what is in this box. We want to go through it. So come with me. I'm going to start opening it up and show you everything you can look forward to if you happen to get your hands on the Ultimate Day 1 edition of Half-Genie Hero. Alright, time to get this cracked open. So, let's make sure you all have a good look. There goes the box. It's a really big box because the art book inside is actually a pretty decent sized book. So, let's get this opened up. First thing out. Let's see if I can do this without actually destroying the box. Alright, first out, the art book. Now that is nice. I love the embossed cover. All the artwork inside is full color. This is a really, really cool bonus. Can't wait to go through this more thoroughly. I love art books for video games. I love the games themselves, but everything that goes into the production of the games I love just as much. This kind of behind-the-scenes stuff is just excellent. I also have a pretty extensive collection of Udon's various video game art books. I might crack those open for a later video. So here goes the game itself. And if we open it up, yeah, that's right. That's an actual manual. It's spectacular. Full color. Our editor-in-chief would love it. Again, try to get this out of here without destroying it. Look at that. Actual full color video game manual. What year is it? So, if any of you are of an advanced age, as I am, go back to the early 90s or late 80s, heck, all the way up to the mid 90s. I mean, instruction manuals didn't really stop being a thing until, I'd say, the more recent past. You know, the Wii had a handful of games that still had manuals, but really the heyday of this was the NES and SNES days, because the manual acted as kind of like additional content to go along with the actual game. So you might get a game and sit there and read through the manual on the way home, because it's going to be informing you about not just how to play, but giving you story tidbits and things like that. Some of the really old manuals have pieces of information about the game that you wouldn't get from the game. You'd only get it from the manual. So this is a really cool callback. Sorry, let me get this out of the way again. You can see the inside of the box has little illustrations of Shantae all over, which are cool. There goes the game card. All right, so there's one more goodie in here, and that is the Risky Beat soundtrack. 30 tracks. Again, very nice. So, this is an incredibly cool bundle. And just for comparison's sake, we have a little bonus here for you. Go ahead and grab it. This was the Vita version. So, it also came in a big box. Are they the same size? Yeah, just about. The Switch one's thicker. So this one came with the game. It also came... Look familiar? Same thing. Came with the soundtrack CD. So it's cool that, you know, a little over a year later or so, we're getting this much more thorough version of a collector's edition. Not that I don't love the Vita one, but I like this one just a bit more because it is packed to the gills. Let's see if they made any changes to the... Whew, don't drop it! Alright, let's see if they made any changes to the CD or the interior. It's funny, I know that there are some of you collectors out there watching this who are just like, how could you cut the cellophane? Well, I cut it and you're gonna have to live with it. It looks like it's the same. So yeah, I'm getting old. I've already forgotten. Is there a difference? Nope. And because I am a fanatic, these immediately need to be separated, because I don't want this one going anywhere near this one, because this one goes with the Vita and this one goes with the Switch. So, there you go. That is Half-Genie Hero. That is the contents of the box. Alright, so we cracked into the Ultimate Day 1 edition of Shantae. Got to look at the Vita one if you never got to see that particular box set. And we hope that you enjoyed it. Please make sure to give us a subscribe. Let your friends know to give Nintendojo channel a subscribe on YouTube. And keep your eyes peeled on the website. Like I said, the review will either be up by the time you read this, or it'll be up very shortly soon thereafter. So until next time, keep it tuned here, and have a good day.